try this again. All right. Is it live? Good. Okay, so just this. Get a little bit of this. Okay. Welcome back. I have not done a live stream in a very long time, and the last few videos I've been doing have been more kind of sketch related. Well, I do have some normal video essay style stuff, been back to book reviews. I figured why not get back into streaming, and then some of these things that I've been working on like behind the scenes, we can just like do it together, and I can scratch that like itch in the back of my brain where it's like I'm being productive with my YouTube channel. So let me clear some of this stuff that I have pulled up. And let's see. It'd be great if I could like pop out chats. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so since I have not been like active on my YouTube channel really at all this year, other than a few like low effort posts and one high effort video saying that I'm back, which we saw how that worked out, I decided that I wanted to go and update some of the branding. One of the things that I have been actually like working on this year behind the scenes is learning some like basic digital art. I had this idea just that it'd be less time consuming if instead of finding like already finished assets for like videos or anything and just relying on Photoshop cut and paste and being confused about like who to credit and stuff. It's like maybe instead I should just go and, you know, do it by myself. Just do it from scratch. Let's see, can I stream bitrate? I don't think anyone's on here, so let me see if I can up this bitrate. So one thing that I did learn like about that like whole process is that while it's fun, it's definitely not a time saver, but I do enjoy doing it a lot. And a while ago I like uploaded my or updated my like thumbnail and stuff. So what I want to do, at least like partially start today, is like go and like change this banner into something that's like less of just like a Brandon Sanderson shitpost, and also like change out this to maybe something that's like a little more like custom. And I had the problem with this where I couldn't find the exact like swan head that I wanted, and trying to like Photoshop like a hat onto like a existing swan actually was like kind of hard. So why even bother with it when I could just like make a new bird that doesn't like slightly cut off and have like my own custom background. So, you know, little ambitious, but it is something that I've been meaning to do, and I think it'd be fun to do. It's also like I've realized going through like my channel, like pretty much all of my best videos, or at least most viewed videos, which is, you know, some of my lower effort ones, they've all been like Brandon Sanderson, like adjacent or related. And I kind of realized that my sketches that I did were more like if they were like a Cosmere sketch, they would do okay, or if it was like a Cosmere video. But I don't necessarily want to be like just have that be like my niche. So while I do really love the series and everything, moving some of this away from like Brando Sando might be a good thing. All right. let me move this. I think I have a little bit of feedback. And yeah, and I had it open. Okay, cool. So the goal is I was going to talk about some books. So da, 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 da. Let me also find out what the banner size is. Apparently they like resize it for different ones where you could also do like people like on a TV could actually like see your banner, which I've never seen that, but let's try to figure out like what the actual like guideline is. Gonna open Photoshop. And let's go to cool. I'm gonna move this over just a bit so I can actually see the layers. Let's make a new layer. And let's drop. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move this to the other one. Having the camera right in the way is kind of annoying. Alright, let's move this to this. Yeah, okay. And we're gonna delete one of these. Yeah, before I start to like dive into this, I've been kind of in like this real weird reading habit where every now and again I just will kind of get like latched into like a specific genre, and lately it's just been nothing but like lit RPGs. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I've been like really busy at work and then trying to like do a bunch of other things on top of it, so my brain hasn't been able to handle like anything that I'd necessarily call like good fiction. I'm gonna move this for now. So like lately it's just been a stream of just various like progression fantasy lit RPGs. I feel like it's a lot like the anime genre for like fantasy writing. I mean, fantasy in general can get kind of like neckbeardy, and I've always liked like the power fantasy type of things, like Brandon Sanderson, Jim Butcher, even Patrick Rothfuss for all of his very slow not releasing book three faults and other various charity things. But I've been just devouring through these like indie like web novels. I got like an Audible thing, and then if I haven't been doing that, it's been like me getting onto webtoons. I saw that Dungeon Crawler Carl actually got a comic, which looks ridiculously good. I was surprised by that, but that was kind of like opening Pandora's box because once I started to see like there's a whole thing that's like lit RPGs but on steroids and visual, and like I could just keep scrolling shit on my phone for like a very long time. I just wind up getting like way too into that, and it just all the time that could have been spent being productive instead was just like that monkey brain. And I had a video I did on it, which I think that may have been a little too like hyper specific, but it's like you get off work or off whatever you're doing, and like you just want to relax, so you turn to like your favorite medium. And for me, the whole progression fantasy thing always has that like flow of like, hey, I am not like special or anything. Maybe I have like a quirk, but because my superpower and genius is like hard work, and I'm just gonna like grind my way to like ultimate power. It's like I'm gonna like not waste a single second and then just like skyrocket through. And I think just with how many things I'm doing are long term, it's you get like an immediate gratification from it. And like you're on the couch reading about someone who's like working hard, and your brain just kind of like overlays yourself, and it's like, yeah, I'm actually that guy. I'm working so hard right now, and you're just like covered up in a blanket, scrolling on your phone for like literal hours. But I'm trying to get back into the normal stuff. I recently did Mother of Learning, and that one was like pretty fun. Uh, One of the better indie novels in that, or indie web novels of that genre, because like it had like a clear start to finish. I had some issues with the way it ended, but most of the book and the series was just like really fun, and I thought like super well done. So I have a video in the works for that I need to edit, but I'm trying to punch them up, some of my videos, make them like a bit shorter, like 10-15 minutes, just to, unless I'm doing like a whole like really long series. But I have that, the Primal Hunter that has a video coming out, one book that was just completely insane. Let me see if I pull up, called the Stubborn Skill Grinder or something. The Stubborn Skill Grinder in a Time Loop. And this was kind of what broke me out of like my desire to like just constantly like go back to these lit RPGs. Like, it's not bad, and it's really, I can't tell if it's serious or like tongue in cheek, if they're trying to do like a One Punch Man situation, or if it's someone who's like unironically doing this, which I think kind of adds like to how entertaining it is. But it's like that time loop lit RPG progression thing, where whenever this guy dies, he starts over, and they constantly like reference just like how stubborn the main character is, and how no one has like the will of the warrior, and like he'll constantly refer to himself in third person. So it's like reminds me of like kind of like an early Conan the Barbarian, but set like in like an indie lit RPG. And it was just so crazy and completely entertaining, like completely popcorn fiction. But after like listening to that, I was just like, okay, I need to get back to like some of my quality, or like start revisiting some of my other series, because it was like good, but it's like, all right, I had my fill of slop. It's time to move something to something a little better. But I think I'll probably review this. The book 2 is coming out on Audible in 2 days. The other thing that I've been wanting to do a video on for a while around is The Wandering Inn. I'm trying to decide, because in a couple of days too, they're coming out with the next book that I'm pretty excited about. But now that I have a decent Kindle that I can read from, I kind of want to get caught up like on the entire series. But this is coming out pretty soon. Yeah, July 9th, King of Duels. So I'm either gonna like blast through this and start making like a big video on the series, but I'm really tempted to just like try to get completely caught up on like the series as a whole, and do what I was doing with like Malazan, where it's just like start taking like meticulous notes on everything and trying to make some like giant overarching video. But I honestly, I just need to see like how far in the series I actually am like reading these compared to like what's actually out there, because otherwise that's going to be just a huge problem. Because I'd like to start posting more videos more frequently rather than trying to like go and spend 4 months trying to read before I then can spend like a couple months trying to like condense that into like a smaller video. Wandering in, I'd definitely do like a 30 to 60 minute video, honestly. But yeah, let me see if we can go back to this. Go. Try and drop this, what I have now. One thing that's kind of interesting, let's see. See if I have this saved in my community. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's not what low is. Jesus. Let's try that. Okay. Okay, nice. Yeah, so one thing that's been kind of like interesting with the digital art is that it's like a different coordination thing. I don't have it with me. I made this mistake where I got a canvas like drawing slate. There's a YouTuber named Jaza that was reviewing like alternatives to like iPads, because while I really enjoy this like new hobby of mine, spending like $3,000 on something to like casually draw on as I'm learning to draw, other than like sketch pads and stuff, seemed kind of excessive. So I have this, I don't think you can see it, like Wacom tablet that doesn't have a display. So like getting used to like drawing without like looking at what you're drawing at was like a really weird thing. And then even just like pulling lines, like I spent probably 2 months just like sketching and getting to like a decent spot where like I could make things that would like no perspective involved or anything, but I'd show people and they'd be like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And it's like, okay, well, let me switch to art, and then all of a sudden, like drawing a square was like a heroic effort, or like being able to like draw anything, like or even like write my name with that was just like about the same level of quality of like when I'm signing like a receipt on like a mobile like a grocery place, just that little like scribble thing. So that's like one thing that wound up taking me a bit to get into. But I'm now in a, I think, fairly decent spot. I don't know if I'll be able to get the cleanest thing, but my goal is to get a, like just enough where I'll be able to like take this and refine it, but I can at least get like a good outline of this going. But I'm gonna make sure that I have the right ratio for this layer. Let's see. 15, 40. Yeah, okay, no, that was way off. Okay, and let's take this. Load that up. And we're just gonna move that thing I had over there into here. Oh god. The quality. I'm gonna make this, just drop this to be kind of like a guideline, and I am also gonna try to get rid of this just super saturation. There we go. Okay, so before, you can't really see it on this, and then I made this before my original hard drive died. That was like one of the first things that really slowed me down like a couple years ago. I lost like all of my old footage and stuff that I had like works in progress. I was like the beginning of the end of my like productivity for this channel. But I had just like a big kind of like space bookshelf, try to like just use a couple overlays. I didn't really know a lot about Photoshop back then, so for what it was like a pretty good time, I'd say. But now I need to figure out like what's going to like actually like fit my channel. I was kind of thinking maybe trying to like just do a like cartoony like swan that's like firing like magic or a tome or something to go like kind of like with the like channel name and mascot. Uh, I'm not great at backgrounds yet. I can just kind of do characters, but the main thing is that it's book related, kind of absurd, little pinch of insanity, and that it's not like completely reliant on Brandon Sanderson. Now, I will continue to make Brandon Sanderson shit posts for as long as I have access to the internet. So there will be at least some Cosmere or Sanderson just like Easter eggs in this. I just don't want that to be the main theme. Like you look at that at the Bastard, it's just him in the middle, and unless you're like familiar with the meme, it's like maybe not even like the best like kind of thing to see for that. The other thing that I wanted to do too was to update my profile picture, which might be the easier task for now. Like right now I'm just trying to like lay out all the stuff I need to do. Let me get the aspect ratio. Actually, let me move this over here. Let's say I might re-resolve this. See, edit. See how to resize. Or we just do it from scratch again. Alright, let's see what was that. $20.48 and $11.52. Alright. No. Okay, I had it right the very first time. Awesome. let's do a new layer. Drop this opacity. You know what? Let me just do this instead. Okay. Snoring. No, that's fine. Drop this opacity. Drop this opacity. Let's move this. To like here. Okay, cool. And we're gonna do one more just as a custom 98 by 98. Nope. All right, let's do. Oh God. Sadly. Okay. I guess that tracks. Alright, let's do this. Oh God. Seeing at this up close is wild. Yeah. So let's figure out where I put the pin. Okay. So one thing that I have been getting like really into that I think has been like the best resource that I have found has definitely been like Control Paint. They have some really cool like tutorials and everything that I've been following just for like working on line work, and I haven't gotten into their color ones just yet, but going for their just some of the like things they have been like teaching just with like gesture drawings and how to like go about the process has been like really helpful. That's just like really changed how I've thought about like doing a lot of like art. And one thing they're like constantly like harping on is just like get in there and like be messy, and then just refine it as you go. I'm like realizing, okay, I can move this back now, that for most creative processes, I forgot the name of this show. I think it was Louder Milk, but they were saying like you just like shit out something, and you will just continue to shit out bad things until you just slowly refine it into something that's like okay, and how that's just like the creative process, and that's just like stuck with me now for like a little while. Right. That's great. Okay, there we go. But the process that like I've been really like kind of getting into is just like figuring out the general shape and like a really messy way that you want to like get into, and then you just like slowly refine it and like build it up into like just more and more layers. So I'm gonna make that a bit bigger. Not that big. So you get like a general shape of what I want. It's the bird. That explains it. Let's redo all of that and then make a new layer. No, let's keep it black for now. I really just want like the silhouette of this, and we can just go and refine it like as we go on. Switch this into a kneaded eraser that is not that big. Switch this layer, make it awesome. Just go in and clean some of this up. One thing that like really bothered me that I was like trying to figure out was like I wanted the bird to look angry, and like I couldn't find like a good one like with the jaw open and like the tongue like coming out, which I thought was like a pretty entertaining thing. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the hat shape either. I do think I want to make it like floopier, and like being able to like directly draw the hat like onto there, I think it's gonna like be like really handy. And what I might do just for like a good reference is let's do a quick like lasso of this bottom jaw portion. I'm gonna kind of move this into like this type of scenario. Let's make it a bit bigger. And we can just have like a tongue coming through here. So I'm gonna drop the opacity. I need to find out a better way to have my camera here. Okay. Let's go back to brush and bring this a little more reasonable. Yeah, I wanted. This is kind of something that's like been in the back of my head for a while, but one thing is like a lot of like booktubers or people who make like book related content on the internet is that I have like novels I've been working on and I've been writing for like a while, but I really just wanted the ability where it's like, you can be a good writer and explain things. And one of my favorite things about like being fans of these communities was just like seeing like what people would come up with like artistically like in these worlds that were created. And I haven't really seen too many artists that were like doing both, where like not only would they bring to world like or bring to life this like cool world they created, but then like obviously you want to leave some ambiguity into like the world so people can like make their own conclusions of it. But I always thought it'd be really cool just to be able to like participate in that and just like join in on the fun in like a cool way. uh, so I wanted to get to the point where it's like if I ever wanted to make, or once I start publishing things or releasing it, I'm probably gonna go just release things just online and then do it for free, just because I don't really need a change in career just yet. And I personally think that the people who like build the following first before spending all the money is like a smarter way to go about it, especially like today. There's so many things out there. Uh, Being able to like take that and like eat more easily, like just turn it into something that people could just hop onto and participate in would be really cool. Yeah. Can I move this to the other side? Maybe. Okay, there. Alright. Get this extra jawbone going. One thing that I haven't quite figured out, because I've been using a different tool in Photoshop, is like why it just decides to go and just be like really opaque with certain things, especially some of these like bigger blends. Right. Let's go switch this brush. Pencil. Yeah, I'll just run with the pencil. And let's go and bring this down even further. New layer. Switch to brush. Yeah, after this, I've been feeling like a weird nostalgia for the game Fable. So I think I might switch to that after this. I need to plan out like how I actually want to do my banner. I was hoping like the very short term announcement I would do, I would be able to like kind of just like group source it out, which would have been cool. That's too dark. I need to bring this. Yeah, there we go. Let's go up to here. Yeah, I like that pen. Alright, let's switch this. Need like a hard digital pen. Nope. There we go. Bring this down. The having this as like an individual pencil is kind of like killing me. Let's see. It's at that angle, but it might be good to like switch it to kind of more imperious. So I'm glad I did all that charcoal drawing. Let's bring this here. I guess on the upside, this is definitely going to let me make it more of like that like stylized version I was envisioning. Yeah. The idea too of like making like a Sigma like jawline swan. I wouldn't do it, but the temptation is like very strong. So let's see. That is a bit longer. I think a bit thicker. A little more in. Okay, I'm not gonna keep this just like this. We're just going to get a general kind of feel, like a rough sketch. So doing some war paint on this actually would be pretty cool. This would be orange, black. See that reference, so I can just look at my channel. Okay, yeah, no, it's like full black and then the underside actually turns like a little orange. Here. So let's go new layer, and I want a Little wizard reference. Actually, you know what? I know exactly the hat I want. Holden. What was her name? I just want maximum hat. Damn, that's sick. Let's move this over here. I'll let you guys see the reference. Move this down. This. Bring this back down. Open Photoshop. And nice. I guess it actually is kind of like pretty similar to what I'm going for. It's just like floppier and at a different angle. But nope. Check the layer I'm on. Brush. Alright. Just do like a general shape. Bring it over here. I think it needs to come out way more. I know some of it's like definitely gonna like just come through. It needs to be closer to that. And go back to the brush. And then get to just like that voluminous, beautiful hat. Let's make it way bigger this time. This down here. Let's bring this more down. And come back in with the eraser. Downside too is all of the hotlines that I have learned are essentially useless because I can't actually hook up my now main tablet to Photoshop. Okay, let's see. It's not bad, but I think I want to like bring this down just like a little bit, like give it a full mysterious floof. Maybe like bring it out just like a bit more, like a slant. Okay, hell yeah. One like early design idea I had too for this was that I would like have like a wand or a staff or something, but that was like my early Photoshop days, so it's like I really couldn't like figure out like what was like a good way to like add in like that with being like remotely anatomically correct. I don't know if I can like revisit it now. I think I'm in the same problem just because you have like such little space to go here, and like swans have like long ass necks. It'd be hard to like really figure out how to like just smash that in there. Let's give it the angry tongue. Too much tongue. Alright, so this is the Mark 1, and I can start to get rid of some of these other layers. So let's go ahead and delete, delete, delete. I'm going to switch this eraser because it is not working for me. I think two like beef around eraser. That is not an eraser. God, some of these are goofy. Maybe we could erase. Okay. Let's see how this like this sits on the head. Okay, I need to just merge this down. And get a eraser that's not terrible. Okay. No. Had all this shit in the background. Alright. Bring this down. I am also going to turn up these nice royalty-free beats. Make sure this is still going, actually. All right, cool. Let's see. Let's clean this just a little bit, and we're gonna make a new layer and then just try to like refine some of this. Yeah, one thing I've kind of figured out with like visual things is like previously I think I was just trying to do too much, where like having like a book background and convey it. I mean, it can be aesthetic and everything, but when you're like working with like so little like pixels and everything, it just makes it like really hard to like get everything that you want to like show up. Can we not? Get crazy. Let's go to 3 pixels. All right, so new layer. Give this some oomph and color. And color. I need a hard rounds. Yeah. Hat flip. That's just a bit rounder and a little more embellished. And back to a hat flip. A little flare. And then this needs to come out just like a bit more. And that means a bit more. A little wider. Have this narrow a bit more. A little easier. So now I have like that Chad starting to give him like some hard angles. gonna be orange. Raising this a little bit. Give it the tongue. And then this is just an orange reference. And say some of the ideas I had for this are definitely gonna be like hard to like really get it going because I'm like working with like individual pixels. I had like briefly messed with like pixel art before, like I did some game dev in college, and I've done it before just with like bigger canvases, but it's definitely like a pain to add in like detail to all this. Got a lot of weirdness happening in here. This is a bit cleaner, so let's see. I think it's a good base, except for like the mouth. I think I went up a little too fast. I'm just gonna bring this down a little bit. We'll see how I feel about after the coloring. For now, I'm like, should I keep the tongue? Should I not keep the tongue? But cool. Right. Now that we have kind of like a basic thing we can like work with, this is where like I think it's a little more fun. Having all this just like so low or so low pixelated like adds just like a weird challenge because all of the detail I've been working on, like I've been training to do this, and it's like pixel art, which is something that I have better programs to do and I actually would be better at doing. I'm gonna double check that YouTube Studio. Oh, I think I fucked this up. Okay, so it took me a while to click, and it was just like me consistently complaining about it. But I was like mentally looking at my like profile picture, and see if I can change. Let's see where I had a close up of this. Okay, so I was looking at like my previous one and was just like, how the hell did I get like full on like shading and all of this like going in here with all this detail? Because like this is where we're at right now, and I just completely misread the thumbnail size where it's like use a picture that's at least like 98 by 98, but it's actually 800 by 800, so I am working at 1/8 the size of what I should be working on. So honestly, I made this as like a level of quality compared to what I should have been doing. That is why we pay attention to instructions. I I'm not gonna like waste this. I'll probably move it into like the banner idea that I like wanted to do. But this is now not going to be the the thing that I like actually wanted it to be, because it's a profile picture for ants. I mean, I feel like there might be a way to salvage this. That's not one. Let's delete this. God, even just like looking at it and like this format's like pretty wild. I mean, I guess it works. It's definitely going to be like a reference more than anything now. Well, the good news is now I have a lot more to work with. So let me go. New layer, get an actual brush. I'll do a quick. Use down, soft ground. Yeah, that's better. Look, you don't see the individual pixels anymore. It's beautiful. More of a hat flare. I guess it could have been like a lot worse. I was about to start like adding in some like color and detail, and having to do that in like that small of a resolution would have been just really insane. Also gave him a little more Chad jaw. Bring this down just a bit. Give him the old orange highlight. And now that I can actually see what this like looks like, I think the tongue is a good move. And we're gonna give it a little bit there. Smooth this out. And smooth this out. Give this eyebrow a little more oomph. Okay, this is gonna be like way easier to work with. I'm actually like excited about it. The like really small, seeing like each individual pixel like pop up definitely was like causing some like extra difficulty with this, which now that we don't have to deal with it, awesome. Alright, I think I'm gonna need to pull up a reference. See if I can share this. So you guys can see. Yeah, I'm not doing a just straight copy of this anymore. I mean, obviously this is kind of like transitioned already, but I do want to see like how some of these details are like going. Like here we can see like it actually kind of gets close to the eye. It's a bit more of a round edge here, maybe not that much. The beak gets split just a little bit. And I think there's like more of a pronounced like hump here. Not to mention some nice. So let's see. I think we need to kind of settle on a color scheme first. Clean this up a little bit. On. Okay. Let's look up some. This still isn't something I'm like good at because I haven't dove too deep into this, but trying to figure out like just what the palette I should be using is would be good. see. What would be like good wizard ones that kind of pop? Oh, this are like purple's like a good one. Definitely do purple for something like the hat shading. That one was close. Not quite what I'm looking for. Just look up fantasy color palette. This is what I want. Let's see. I like Royal Banner, Dusk Warrior, and Dragon Soul. I guess the real question is, do I want like a red or a blue? I think Dusk Warrior works a little better. So, value, no, I need a closer to white. So I could use this for the skin. Oh, orange would be good too. Go here. Bill. I don't have to be like exact. The forgotten ship would work too, but I do want it to like pop a bit. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Dusk Warrior. Let's see, for now though, let me just get a selection layer going. Let me test something. Okay. Shifting, layer 6. We can just do like a very rough, like jump in, jump out. See if I have an airbrush. Damn, I need some brushes. I'll just go with Old Faithful. Alright, Dusk Warrior. Let's get a good purple. I'm not gonna like worry too much about like exact values or anything for now. I just want to like get a general feel. And also, is this under? Yeah, we're gonna go move to kind of this like pink. I don't know, that would have been sick. I was trying to like get a eye drop for that exact one. I know I could probably find it, but Fable's calling me. And, you know, depending on like how meticulous like I actually want to be, like I've done some like, in my mind, decent renders. Bring that down a little bit. Where like I'll just individually like select each layer. If I'm like coloring the hat, that's like the hat layer, and I'll like really like dial in the selection. But I'm just gonna play like fast and loose with this, honestly. Probably move a little closer to purple. Yeah. Want kind of like almost a tan. Not quite white, but it's big. And then, because I'm going over in like darker colors, I don't think it'll be an issue for me to like put like what I need like over the top of it. And if it's bad, we just have another art stream. Yeah, okay. Okay, I could probably like have the option of like blending this pretty easy, but I just really want these big bold colors for like right now. Check the bottom. I think that is one thing that I probably messed up a little bit on. This should come down a bit more. Get regular black. Bring this down. And this should be more like a tube. Let's grab an eraser. Yeah. Bring this back up. Get the color pick. Brush. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Come back in here and make it darker later. Alright, let's bring this down to black. Let's close out of that. A little less. Alright. Well, let's not go like straight black, even though that's kind of like what I originally did. Let's get this like purple. We want like a magic swan, not just a regular swan that has human facial expressions. Yeah, when I first started doing this, like not looking at like my hand while I was like trying to draw some of this stuff was just a nightmare. I'm gonna probably make a video of like 30 days of like dedicated digital art practice before and after. Well, so I kind of like started, so I don't think the effect would be as good as, or like the video when because like man casually does art for a period of time. Okay, yeah, that needs to be darker. At least we can get kind of like that purple undertone. But there's like so many weird things because like I was in a sketchbook for a while and wanted like not to be relying on tools or anything. So like I started out just for like a month or two where I was just like getting like fantasy concept books and was just like drawing fantasy things and not really like worried about any actual like techniques or anything. Like I knew like a little shape theory and like I was trying to break things into like shapes before I went at it. And I learned a bit like how to do clean lines, so that was just more like dedicated practice, I'd say, than anything like serious on my end. But like recently, just trying to like figure out how to like pull good lines, the exercises, and just like how much time just goes into you like trying to like just figure out like, hey, how do I like make my hand work the way it's supposed to? Like I have to look, otherwise monkey brain no compute. Yeah, we're also going off the color palette, but I don't think anything in Dusk Warrior really would have fit the palette for what I'm going for, so just call it an accent. And when I like render, like the process that I have that I've kind of picked up from other people is I'm just gonna like go in, drop in like these big bold colors. So like right now it doesn't look great or something you'd see like very early Tumblr days. And I still have some like shading and stuff that I want to go into, but I probably have like 3 or 4 more layers of stuff I want to do, where it's like getting the little color shifts in the color and like kind of a ding thing. Lighting is a really big part and time consuming. Adding in little texture details after I have everything kind of like set up the way that I want it to like work, and like only after that will I like go in and like start adding like effects. And the one thing I want to do is like this like eye over here is like get some kind of like magical effect. And once all that's in place, like I'll probably just find some antagonistic colors and like do kind of a cool like backwash behind. But let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this part for now. Let's call it baby verb. And add it to community stuff. And you say, I just save, damn it. And I'm gonna come back to this once I have an idea, or like announce it further in the future, just so that way I can get more community. Because like this one I thought would be like really cool to like get people involved with it and try to like figure that out. But in the meantime, I'll probably just like go and make my own kind of general idea and like add in layers where if like people want to come and like pitch in, they can. But with that said, a little mini rant. For like years I've tried to stream and had the issue that like my camera couldn't like charge and film at the same time. It was really weird, and think like that'd be solved, which normal modern cameras do, but my camera was from like 2018-19, and it was like 2 weeks ago that I learned about like dummy batteries. So before I like 90 minutes like where we're at now would have been like the absolute maximum of like when I'd actually be able to stream or anything. And now I've unlocked the full camera potential, so I actually am able to do longer things like this, which is also why I wanted to like go here and start like bringing back streams, because the trying to 90-minute hangout was kind of difficult. Let me check some stuff. Okay, so I don't know why, but I have been feeling really nostalgic about Fable lately, and I like put in the chat I was talking about like maybe doing some like Balatro, but I have that on my phone and I've been going like crazy. So I might actually just open this just to play one game, because I've unlocked a lot of stuff on my phone, but not necessarily here on my computer or Steam. So I might play like one game just to see like where I'm at, and then switch to Fable. Let's, I guess, reinstall it. While that's doing its thing, maybe launch it. There we go. I say whoever did the soundtrack on this, like, did such a killer job on it as well. Hell yeah. One thing, like, when I was thinking about how, like, I wanted to do a... Oh, wait, let me figure this out. Okay, there we go. God, I have not done a lot on this. I'm going to drop this desktop audio. Lower this for me just a little bit. Let's see. I have not unlocked a lot. That's fine. We'll do a ghost deck. But one thing that I had like really been into. Did it? Let's see. Let's figure out how we get this to actually capture. Try this. Okay, I need to get out of full screen. Let's see. Settings, graphics. Not having a cursor. There we go. Okay. Now that we got past that, one thing that I was always interested in, just because like I went to school for like computer science and was like really into like game dev, and I was watching a lot of like gaming YouTubers. Was like just coming up with like game dev type of things. So like I learned some like pixel art and made a few games. Like they actually offered that as an elective, so it's just one of those like things that if I wasn't going to go into like books and storytelling, then there was a strong possibility that I would have tried this. But that's one of those things that I feel like a lot of people just love the idea of like casually playing games and like having that take off and making that like your living. You know, I gotta speed this up. Let's go 2 times, see how that goes. Alright. risky. Yeah, let's go risky. Not dragging things too is like really weird. Okay, I'm not gonna kill you, so let's see what happens with this. Yeah, and I had this like all like really customized on my phone, so let's see, how do I customize deck? I actually have names for it. Slay the Princess is pretty sweet. Let's do Slay the Princess. Huh. And the original Sin 2. Slay the Spire. Yeah, we get to rest. Alright. You are going to be up for sacrifice. It's funny, like I've stayed away from playing a lot of like FPS games where like you don't have like a way to really win. Just because like I always thought like they'd be like really big time sinks that I didn't necessarily like want to get into, but getting into this and the amount of time I've like sunk into like playing Slay the Spire and figuring out the mechanics have been like I could have played so many like games of like Call of Duty and just not had it be an issue. I've been stuck, bamboozled, tricked. Buy that, keep that. You're up for sacrifice, and let's go Venus. That's pretty good. I think it's always fun, like having to return to book, and it's like we're doing art stuff and cards. I think this is like the easiest difficulty, so I think at this point, even if I just keep feeding this beast, I think I like already like secured a W. Let me skip this. I guess we're playing Aces. Clear this out. I really want to have this gold card go off, but I guess now it's kind of a moot point. Oh, hell yeah. Normally it would be way too early for this, but I guess early enough I can deck Beard. See how Vagabond works. Alright, let's see. You turn to stone. Give me king. Give me king. One weird thing about this game too is just like you'll build all these like really elaborate strategies that will work 90% of the time, and then you'll like be about to like break some record or like unlock something new, and all of a sudden it's just like, nope, that thing you carefully built, that's gone. You don't get that anymore. Let's see. If you guys haven't gotten into it too, they had some like absolutely insane streamers that are like just like consistently hitting like these nanny infinite scores, where it's like they're getting like real into math and just next level nerdage that I'm like entirely jealous of. I know some basics, like I've done most of the challenges on this game, and one of the only things that I haven't done is like beat everything on like a gold stake and then beat it without jokers. But I think I've gotten up to like orange stake on most of it, which is like the second highest difficulty. But this game definitely got like a little too addicting. Let's see. Like this. Go. Let's see. We're gonna give you this. Give you this. And then proceed to discard everything. I will say it gets like weird playing with all these like weird challenge rules and everything, because you get so used to just getting like your shit kicked in, or just a really just weird kind of setup that you have to like almost treat it like a puzzle to figure out. Yeah, I think after this, I'm going to get a quick thing of water downstairs. Then we'll start up a little Fable playthrough again. My eventual goal for like what I'm doing now, it's hard to do it like with just a like shorter run. Um, but I really want to do something like have a bunch of kings in my deck and then just have like a really crazy like high card build. So then it's just like the kings just keep like multiplying and go on like just through the door. But using like this vagabond, it's like normally you wouldn't want to like spend this much money, and instead, there's like a whole economy building thing to like this game that gets kind of crazy. But here, I just needed $4. All right, let's get some kings. But just from like a playthrough standpoint, like I've been playing this like a madman for probably 2-3 months now, and like still haven't gotten bored, even though I've like beaten the decks on multiple difficulties, gone through most of the challenges. So it's like I'm very close to like actually like 100%ing this, which is pretty insane. Um, like there's games like Slay the Spire, which are like I think completely amazing and everything, and then like after a certain time I get frustrated. But just the level of just this, I don't know, just it scratches a weird monkey part in my brain that I really enjoy. I don't want anything like that. This guy's kind of like throwing me off a little bit, but I'm gonna sell him once I start getting the kings really going. Keep one of these. Give me king. Okay. Nice. The guy who made this too was like super chill. I was like watching videos of him talking about how he designed it, and like whoever did the music on this was like just really crazy. I think it was one of those like Fiverr situation, which is cool. Like another game I've been like playing a lot of actually. It's been like Expedition 33, which I think they like also like open sourced that, and just like seeing like how this like fits. I haven't gotten tired of it. It's just been like just really fun. So this I really want a steel card. Clear up some space. Do a little discard. Get a little bit more action. Oh, I even have the king, damn. And yeah, I'll replace this. I'm gambling. Who needs that like guaranteed +4 when I can maybe get a +20? Oh, I didn't even have that one yet. That's like 90% of my cheese builds. Turn this to glass. Give me that emperor. More money. I also forgot this guy can like consume things, so let me give you something to feed on. this might just win it. I want more like tarot and kings just to like work through. Yeah. I forgot like in the early one just like how crazy or how much like easier it is and like the confidence. Hell yeah. Alright. Some of these bosses too, if you haven't played it, kind of where the challenge is like you'll get these restraints that like stop you from like playing a certain way. Uh, so when you're like doing all of these like different like things, it's like harder to like get a straight flush than like you can always play like a high card, and there's some like hidden hands too that you can get because like obviously I'm sure you've seen at one point I had like six like kings, which you know you can't play six kings, but it opens up all these like weird transformations. So you kind of have to like balance like what like scores more. Actually, that is exactly what I want. It's times two. I don't think I've ever seen that. Yeah, okay, that's not big now. Get some more glass. Ah, shit. I did not mean to do that. No. Let's clear up some space. I did the negative, which like brought it down, which isn't like the best thing you could do with this, but I'm sure I'll see like a paintbrush, and I'm already scoring like high enough that you know even with like one king, I think I'm probably just gonna like really easily clear this. All right, let's buy and use. Keep this low. I'm not gonna use it, but buy this and bring Vagabond back into play. Let's see how many kings I have. Discard. Remove. Let's see if I have a king. I have one. Let's turn this here. So that is 6. I will get bigger than 6 doing this. That's gonna suck. Alright, let us Okay, that's good. Maybe I can draw some queens. I'll play... You know what? I'm always going to play this. Let's use a little late for this, but oh well. Cool to get like one more queen, but I guess not. One thing that kind of sucks is the next one is like no repeat hands, which like just kills this build for me. I'll use that. Okay, let's see. What am I gonna do to get out of this? Go here. I think chips are gonna be like the big thing I need. Give this like a good starting, and then okay. There we go. Exact science. Let's find news. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna skip there because Fable's definitely calling. Yeah, I'll just get rid of this. I guess I could have just skipped that. Oh well. I don't know if I'm actually going to make this one. Oh, wait, nope. Yeah, I am. Alright, we're just going to turn you glass. I have another glass. Let's just get as many kings as possible. I can get 2 more kings. That is the limit of possibility. And if I could get like another one of these, that'd be sick. I don't think I'll need it. forgot just like how many like random jokers like he actually unlocked. Even after like months of playing, like I didn't like unlock every joker. Like I just recently found a new one. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. I am going to take a quick break. Let me play some chill beats in the meantime. And I'll make a very, 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 very quick drawing. Black. Yeah. And I'll be back. promise you like to be in like the screen disc.
Yeah.
Okay, we are back. Alright. Let us bring this down, bring the music back. And we're about to jump straight into nostalgia, at least my nostalgia. Fable Anniversary. This was like my childhood trauma game. The Balverines scared the absolute like shit out of me when I was a kid, and then also I think this is like was one of my first like full forays into like fantasy. This game shaped me. Who knew 20 years later I'd be talking about book and drawing birds for your entertainment? I think I'm gonna run into that same problem as before. Okay, we are gonna do new hero. Let's see. Let's get that. God, the old controls. I haven't played this in such a long time, but we're going heroic.
My time and untouched by the...
Come on, wake up. Daydreaming again, were you? Just like me. Mind always wandering. Well, let it wander off to find your sister, will you? That one by the Barrowfield gate. Remember, you haven't given her a birthday present yet. Don't tell me you forgot to get her one. Well,
I think I was saying this game got delayed again for Fable 4.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a gold piece for
I think it's gonna be like the Rothfuss thing. I mean, like they're in development. There's more stuff that you actually like, see, but
moving and stay out of trouble.
I'm wondering like just how much hype it's gonna have to like actually release, and if it's a disappointment, it's gonna be like crushing for that studio. Oh God. The wonkiness. No. Let's see. Toggle interaction tab.
Today, and I can't find her. She's in love.
Oh my God. The visual like controls on this is It's been a while. Okay, that's how I run.
Stupid little idiots.
I think too, because like this was like one of the first games I can ever remember playing where you had like morality choices. This and like Knights of the Old Republic, the original one.
What do you want? I'm
It's
just
like
leaving
such
with the
mind
brats.
blowing that your choices could affect a video game as a kid.
He was irritating me, playing with my sister and that stupid teddy bear. No, he won't give it to me, just because I said I'd rip its stupid head off. I told him, if he doesn't do what I say, I'm gonna make his life a misery. Why are you playing with baby toys and little girls? Have you cleaned my mum's car for me
Wow.
yet?
I guess it's time to attack.
I'm sorry. I'll leave him alone. Just please don't hit me again.
Oh god, I didn't see like that kid's face.
Thank you. You stopped him good.
I should have joined in on the bullying.
Here, I'll let you look after Rosie. She'll be safe with you.
I have committed child violence. Father will be pleased.
Oh, thank goodness. Listen, lad, could you do me a favour? I've got to, you know, answer a call of nature. Oh, stay here and watch this stock for me. There's a good lad. Just stand between those two stacks and don't move. I'll put a good word in for you when I get back. Right? What?
My cousin says that the barrels in these warehouses might have stuff in them.
The children in this are like terrifying.
Quick, while he's away, switch these barrels up and see what's inside.
It's like built like a toddler but speaks like a 10-year-old.
Unless you're too scared. Unless you're just a big bloody girl.
Oh god, now I have an autoplay.
Let's go and break stuff. Gonna go there like a lemon.
That's the next lead singer of Limp Bizkit in the making.
Would you prefer to be smashing things?
Sorry, child.
Come on, there's still time.
Father would be
Take back.
displeased. Beating
Oh,
children's
fun at
good.
all.
Beating merchandise against the capitalist code.
Fine, have your stupid good deed then.
Excellent. Thanks, lad. You've done me a big favour.
Frozen child. The cursed.
I'll let your dad know what a splendid...
Yeah, Fable 2, I don't think Fable 3 did it, but like they took it like that far in a new direction where you could get like fat and thin and muscular or whatever, just depending on your diet. It would have been like crazy to code, but just or I guess like animate, but watching all of that like take place was just like such a cool like concept in the game where like here like morality, the more good you do, the like more good you look. Versus like, you know, evil, you like literally grow horns and have flies around you. You go bald if you're evil.
Some little girl I can see. It just so happens that I'm guaranteed to put... Maybe late. Remember?
Alright, let's see. I think there's like one more up here. Then I'm the best boy, the goodest boy.
Oh, you're so naughty.
What? I was just, I've never even met this woman. Who is she?
I just noticed this. I mean, it's been a while since I played, but
Look, son, keep your
there's
wits about this, right?
and It's Always Sunny, like Charlie's uncle, who's like self-conscious about his hands, and he puts on the fake hands. And he's like, "I think you misremembered me having small, dainty hands." And like the hands in this game look just like the fake ones he was wearing.
But a man should be entitled to do what he likes. Don't you tell you what? Just don't tell my wife.
I'm gonna tell your wife. The good boy, the bestest boy.
Where's that filthy layabout husband of mine?
It's also funny, just like they actually took more care in like the women, like than like all the
Woman,
goofy
I
ass
don't
dudes.
doubt. I run his house, bring up his children, and what do I get in return? Nothing. If you find him, let me know. You have? Right. I'm gonna turn him into Balverine food. Thank you, youngs. Honestly, where's that good-for-nothing husband of mine? Wait till I... His mother will be pleased with his behavior.
Father, I have been the best boy.
Well done, lad. Here's your reward for those good deeds. So, have you got...
This 3 gold will be the start. I shall build an empire of houses.
Ooh, you're lucky I've still got these. Quickly, give... Young sir,
Okay. I can't wait to give my sister this innocuous gift on her birthday. Surely nothing bad is going to happen that's going to irreparably damage me and send me on a call to adventure.
Hello, little brother. Hope you haven't forgotten that day, like you did last year. I'm sorry.
No, I'm best with fourth.
It was another of those dreams. I was standing in this field when something happened. I can't remember what. Never mind that though. I'm still waiting for my present. I knew you were going to bring me chocolates. It's like my dream. Come on, let's go home. Mother will be back for my party any minute now. Wait, there's something wrong.
bandits!
It's really happening. They're here. You've got to hide.
Got one!
I remember watching this as a kid and just being like in awe of the cinematic just brutality. Now it's like, got one! And this is like the updated graphics version too.
Bandits wielding torches and steel, slaying and burning all in their path. Blood-red flames lit the night as the villagers screamed and begged for mercy, and soon their bodies filled the streets. Then the raiders reached the last house, where the boy and his family lived. It was them they had slain so many to find. The father fought to protect his kin, but he was no warrior, and fell mortally wounded. The bandits ripped the house apart, it could not find the boy. Through torture and threats, his mother and sister remained silent, and their furious attackers took them both. From the nearby woods, the boy watched as all he knew was taken away. His whole life was crushed to ashes. He was alone.
Oh no, I'm alone. Oh no. Yeah, now like 10-year-old me just going through that. I was like, oh my god, is it gonna come down? Look at that fire, it's so real. And this looks significantly better than it used to look. It's just like how like enthralled and in awe of this game I was. Like the thing I'm riding now, it's like there's like a heavy focus on the Adventurers Guild, and I think it's like mostly due from like this.
We must leave. It's not safe here. They're all dead. You don't want to join them, do you? Then give me your hand.
Those effects.
I thought you'd have a stronger stomach than that. Come on. Save your energy, boy. It's not me you want to fight. You might not realize it, but I just saved your life. There's nothing left for you in Oakvale. And if you'd stayed, you'd be as dead as the rest of them. Come with me. My name is Maze, and I'm the head of the Guild of Heroes. You must have heard of it. You'll find nowhere safer in all of Albion, nor a better place to call your home. And if it's vengeance you want, you'll need the training only we can offer. Here we are. I'll introduce you to the Guildmaster. He'll be your guide from now on. I have a new student for you. Put him in the dorm upstairs with the girl.
You don't look much like hero material to me, but he knows what he's doing, I suppose.
What a shit.
Follow me then.
I'm the best boy.
You'll be sharing this room with Whisper, one of our brightest young pupils. She's playing in the woods right now, but you'll meet her in the morning. For now, you should get some sleep. Your training starts tomorrow.
It's time to wake up. You must be my roommate. Shorter than I expected. My name's Vicky. I've been here for a month. Had the room to myself till now, too. But that's alright. You know you talk in your sleep. Sounded like a bad nightmare. Happens to a lot the first week. Some don't even last that long. You won't either if you don't get moving. The Guildmaster is waiting for us in the nap room. You don't want to be late on your first day. Follow me. Looks like the Guildmaster got tired of waiting for you. He's probably at the training grounds across the river. Let's go!
Okay, everybody. I think I'm going to call it for tonight. I will likely move on towards trying to do more regular streams and become a bit more organized. I'm definitely going to revisit some of those like art projects I'm doing because I want to work on those and kind of give it like my own non-Photoshop style and more like of a drawn artistic style. So if you guys have any ideas for the banner, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do some very rough like concept sketches and ideas just to like try to figure it out. And if not, I'll do it there. But I'll be traveling next weekend, so no live stream then. Possibly the next following Sunday, but we'll see. I'll definitely be doing more of these, but I have some videos I'm working on that I'll be able to put out in the meantime that aren't insane sketches. They just have insane sketches nestled into them. But anyway, thank you all who stopped by and take it easy. God, I'm trapped in a window.